Yo, very busy morning for me, man. I had to run home and, I started to take the day off, but I had to run home and go ahead and try to bring a little something for you guys for these games, okay? Um, what a day yesterday was. What a day yesterday was, man. Few things went my way, majority of them didn't. Houston Astros at Pittsburgh Pirates here. We got an over under 9.5. Uh, we got Euclid and Hill on the mound here, and I'm looking at some bats. I'm looking at some bats here, man. I'm looking at Pena and Abreu. All right, Tucker, he's 2 for 3 versus Hill. But Pena and Abreu, if you know Abreu, coming from the Sox, the White Sox, the White Sox always like to hit versus lefties, and I think this is a spot where, Abreu can pop out. All right, so Pena, Abreu, and Tucker. If I, I lean towards Houston in this one here. If I had to pick a side, money line parlays, run line straights. Okay. Houston, they messed my money up yesterday. I don't pretty much like that. I'm looking for a bounce back with Euclid on the mound here. So we'll see. All right. San Diego Padres at New York Mets here. We got over under 9 here. We got Snell and we got McGill on the mound here. McGill, here's a guy that, if you want to attack him, you want to attack him with lefties. And Snell on the mound. Um, I don't know, man. Snell just, one day he could come out there and just, he can give you some Ks. The only thing about that is, this New York Mets team is pretty tough against the lefties. You know what I'm saying? So here's another game that I'm looking at for bats. Two teams that got nice bats on them. My favorite bats on it are gonna be Soto. He's got a home run. Alonzo, of course, and Marte. And you can look at Cronenworth and Grisham. All right, lefties versus McGill is probably a thing here in this spot here. All right, so those lefties here, Grisham, Cronenworth, and Soto, and Alonzo and Marte. All right. Um, Chicago White Sox at Minnesota Twins over under 8.5 in this spot. We got Giolito, we got Gray on the mound here. Uh, now, here's another guy, Gray. No, he can go out there and give you some K stuff here. I don't really have too much for this one here. I'll say this right here. Two bats that I'm really looking at is going to be Buxton. Buxton, he's 2 for 15 with a home run versus Giolito. Where you want to attack Giolito is through the righties. That's a thing. And Gray, Benintendi. I've been riding with Benintendi for about 2 or 3 games straight. He's been getting there from me. He's been getting hits. He does hit lefties. Um, he hits righties okay. So that's one thing that you could look at there. I don't know about the rest of this Sox lineup versus Gray, man. Um, I might temper my expectations in this one. As far as the side, I don't know. I want to lean towards Minnesota, but I'm not even gonna even stress it. Okay, I'm gonna look at those two bats, and I'm probably gonna keep it moving. All right, New York Yankees at Cleveland Guardians here. We got an over under 9.5 in this spot. We got Schmidt and we got Battenfield on the mound. I haven't looked into Battenfield too much, but we got some of the best hitters in the league. You know, uh, in the league on this Yankees team, man. So look, Cleveland, they do not strike out. They do not strike out. I had some notes from last night, man. They don't strike out. I really don't even fucking need these notes to tell you the truth. But these righties are definitely in play. Okay, so I mean, I have to go to a lineup page here. All right, so you make sure you guys got a lineup page. But yeah, Quan, Schmidt gives it up versus lefties. Okay, he gives it up versus lefties, and right and damn, they rolling out the lefties, ain't they? Ooh wee! I didn't even see that line, the confirmed lineup. Shit, they ain't even putting it out no righties today. Ooh wee! And he gives it up against switches. Ooh wee. You know what? Look at that lineup. Ooh wee. They coming out. They bring it. They bring the pain today. They say they bringing the pain today. So we got Cleveland projected total at 4.9 and Yankees 4.6. Don't know much about this Battenfield kid, but Rizzo might be in play here for a home run. I couldn't talk you off Rizzo, Judge, or Stanton. You know these guys. I don't really have to talk much about these guys, but not a big fan of Schmidt here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. A team total. What's the team total here? I think Cleveland gets to these guys here. They putting out one, two, three, four lefties and a couple switches. See the switches, they switch. He's not good versus switch either. All right, man. I'm down there. Want to say Cleveland or nothing in this spot here, but Cleveland. Damn, I might take a stab at Cleveland. What's the run line? I mean, team totals here. Guardian team total 4.5. I lean towards the over there. Might this game might go over? Okay, this game might go over. This Cleveland team does not strike out much. Lean team total over. Uh, we got a 9.5 total here. I expect runs to be put up in this one here. Uh, ooh, 12-11. This game getting ready to come on soon. All right, yeah. So, damn, this actually turned into some a situation here. Looking at that line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I probably lean towards the over all across the board, man. Team totals and everything. Seattle Mariners at Chicago Cubs here. We got another high total here for the Chicago Cubs game. That was a doozy yesterday. All those bats came through, didn't they? Yes, they did. Um, Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs, over under 11 here. We got Gilbert on the mound. We got Stroman on the mound here. What is the weather like? What is the fucking wind blow 80 degrees in Chicago, 5.6. Okay. All right. So right off the back, I can show you the bats that I like right here. Nico Horner and Trey Mancini. These are some guys that I like right here. These righties. And then the lineup for Seattle is not out right now, but I don't have a side in this one. I'm not gonna probably with a total like this. I'm not gonna be messing with the pitchers, but didn't I write some down? So Julio, France, I like those guys and Rally, Rally. Stroman can give it up to switches, okay. And then if you want to see if Suarez is still hot because he did hit a bomb yesterday, I couldn't talk you off of that. All right. So those are the best that I like right there. Other than that, I probably with a total of 11 like that, especially coming off the game, off a game like it was yesterday. I probably don't want to have nothing to do with these pitchers. All right. I can see you taking a stab at the under, though. I can see you taking a stab at the under, but not me. St. Louis Cardinals at Colorado Rockies here, over under 13. Coors Field, Colorado Rockies, Coors Field. If you don't know about Coors Field, they produce like the most runs in the league, home runs. I took yesterday. I took Goldsmith for my Dinger Tuesday, but it didn't get there. I bet $30 on it, and you get $5 for every home run. So I ended up getting my money back. So because they hit 6 home runs, so they probably disappointed one game in course, but after that they haven't been disappointing. Okay, I did write some bets down that you probably want to look at. So outside the usual suspects, the bats that I do like here is Cron, Profar. Profar has a home run versus him, Donovan and Gorman. Okay, now usual suspects, Blackman, he has a home run. Arenado has 2 home runs. He's 4 for 17. Goldie is 2 for 5. 2 for 5, a single and a home run. Okay, so Goldie, Contreras or Arenado hasn't hit a home run. Keep in mind, this is where Arenado spent most of his career at. All right. So Flaherty and Urena, these guys, look at that total. That's letting you know how trash these pitchers are. So, and I couldn't talk you off a home run for from what's the kid's name? I'm sorry, guys. And make sure these guys are in the lineup, especially if you're playing on FanDuel. Um, McMahon, I couldn't talk you off a home run for McMahon. All right. Don't have much for this Milwaukee game. Miami Marlins at Philadelphia Phillies here. We got Cabrera on the mound and we got Will on the mound. Okay, we got an over under 8.5. All right, I get the pitching lean towards Philadelphia Phillies in this spot. Cabrera, Cabrera has had a walk problem these last two games. I think he's walked 6 and 8 batters in his only two starts. 7 batters and 6 batters. These two teams are near the top versus striking out versus righties. Let me fact check that on this season. So that's one thing that you can look at. Miami messed up my money the last couple times. I bet against them or whatever the case may be. But yeah, Philly leading the league right now versus righties, and then Miami they right behind them. So these guys are like neck and neck, striking out versus righties here. So hit what I want to do here is probably gonna be Philadelphia Phillies or nothing for me. Wheeler does have good case stuff, so I can probably can look to a pair of performance doubles. Uh, Even if you want to come down to the very, very, very minimum, which is a 5 strikeouts in a win at +1 at -130, I couldn't talk you off that. And if you want to go to 6 and 7 Ks in the win, I couldn't talk you off that either. But I'm looking at least the bare minimum, and I'm it's going to be I get a pitching lean and a bats lean to Philadelphia Phillies here at home. It is what it is. Give me those Philadelphia's money line parlays, run line straights, okay? PPDs, it is what it is. I didn't write any bets down for this game here. Sure didn't. I was looking more at that pitching situation. Um, Washington Nationals at Los Angeles Angels, man. We got an over under 9 in the spot. Canning and Gore on the mound. Gore is to me is an okay pitcher. The thing about that is the way these Los Angeles bats set up versus these lefties. All right, so if he could keep his composure and keep these lefties off his ass, then more power to him. But I mean, keep these righties off his ass, but more power to him. I like these righties versus Gore. But we'll see. I don't know, man. I just say, did I write anything down for this one here? In fact, like I said, Gore has been pitching well. I'll temper my expectations and I'll narrow things down. Who I had, my three top bats who I had written down in this one was Meneses for Washington, Trout, and Rendon. All right. I do like a lot of righties, but those are the three bats that I'm looking at there. I don't know if I'm going to pick a side in it, but Meneses, I'm sorry, for Washington, if I'm butchering this name, but Trout and Rendon, I think those guys are in the good spots. Oakland Athletics at Baltimore Orioles over under 9 in the spot here. And Baltimore Orioles they've been very, very good versus righties. They've been very good versus righties. Okay, I mean this versus lefties. Walter Chuck has been giving it up. I want to say. He's given up 6 earned runs, 8 earned runs. This Baltimore team's got some righties that can, some scrappy righties. Looking for like guys like Mays if he can get on base. He can steal a base, and they got some home run hitters in there. I want to say my boy let me down yesterday. What was that? Mountcastle, I want to say. Did I take Mountcastle? Oh, Santander. I'm sorry, he let me down, but they got some bats here. Hayes, Mountcastle. They got some guys in there. Even some switches. All right. So it's gonna be. I'm looking for Baltimore to win this game here. Money line parlays, run line straights. Um, I think I'm gonna go back to the well. I'm gonna go back to the well -1.5. I'm gonna take the 1.5. All right, money line parlays, run line straights. Yep. Boston Red Sox at Tampa Bay Rays. Chris Sale on the mound, Bradley on the mound. We got an over under 8.5 in the spot. As far as the side in this one, hey, how can you not back the Rays in this spot here. But we do have. I mean, Chris Sale have been giving up home runs here and there. Tampa Bay got some bats over here that can smack up on some lefties, man. I mean, a Rosarena, Ranzarin, how you want Diaz, Paredes, Margot, Ramirez, Franco. All these guys here are good versus lefties. I do have some love for Devers and maybe a few more bats on the Tampa Bay on the Boston side of things. We got it over under 8.5 in this spot. Tampa Bay have been putting up some runs, man. They've been damn near covering 8.5 by their damn self. Uh, you know, I'm gonna take them on a money line, Tampa Bay on a money line for the simple fact that I do have Tampa Bay money in my pocket. However, I do want to look at the team total here. I might be able to, I might be able to take a team total. Even Tampa Bay total runs 4.5. Shit, I couldn't talk you off of that 4.5. I know, I know, I know, Sale is on the mound, but hey, look, I couldn't talk you off that 4.5, guys. I could not. So it's gonna be. It's not an official play, but they've been putting money in our pockets. What the hell you want me to do? I'm not fading them, man. I'm not fading them today. Okay, it's gonna be Tampa Bay Rays or nothing for me in this spot. I did see sales strikeout props in that 5.5. You can get there if you want. Uh, couldn't talk off of that. Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, Detroit Tigers at Toronto Blue Jays here, 8.5 over under in this spot, and it's going to be money line parlays, run line straight for me for Toronto Blue Jays. Back in Gosman here, I get a pitch and lean towards Gosman. This Toronto Blue Jays, I don't think they've been hitting lefties that well, but they got a bunch of righties. This might be the time they might pop Rodriguez ass. They might get at him. Okay, they got plenty bats in here. Okay, plenty good righties in this lineup. Uh, Chapman's been on fire. You know what I'm saying? Springer, Bichette, Vlad, Varsho hits lefties well. All right, so yeah, give me them, and then you couple that with the fact that Gosman has he hasn't given up an earned run this season. 7 Ks, back-to-back games. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have to tap me on my ass. Moneyline parlays, run line straights. Haven't looked at the um pair performance doubles or strikeout prop 7.5 for Gosman. I probably won't be able to go there, even though this Detroit Tigers team will strike out. I don't have a good record, backing these strikeouts for Detroit Tigers. But prayer performance double 6 Ks in the win. Couldn't talk about that at a whopping -150. But I just give me Toronto. Give me Toronto. Moneyline parlays, moneyline straights. Ooh, big time pitcher matchup here, man. If he could make it out of the fifth inning, like, come on, man, you need some control about yourself. Green, Strider, two of my favorite young pitchers, up and coming pitchers with that stuff. Okay, Atlanta Braves will strike out. All right, Cincinnati Reds will strike out. Okay, we got an eight strikeout prop for Green here. We got a 9.5 for Strider here. Tell you the truth, I couldn't talk you off neither one of them. I was thinking about altering them for some 8 strikeouts for Strider and probably 7 for Green, and just sprinkle something on that and get a -10. It was a -104, 4 right now. It was a 101 earlier, but I'm trying to look at C right there. Trying to see, or maybe a first 5 under something like that, where I at least know that Hunter Green can stick in there for about 4 or 5 innings. If Hunter Green's got his shit going, I think I might take their ass for 10 and 10. Just sprinkle a little something on 10 and 10, just to see if they pop off today. You know what I'm saying? But these guys got some nice case stuff. I don't have a side in this one here. Lean towards the under. Might want to take the under first 5. I think the total was sitting at 3.5. I might take the under first 5, but all of those are leans there. Kansas City Royals at Texas Rangers. Here we got an over under 9, and it's Texas Rangers are nothing for me. -174 favorites. Run line. Probably take them on a run line here. there's some bats. I like the righties here for Texas: Pasquantino, Seaman, Garcia, and you can sprinkle in Low. Low, he's the lefty, but he's good versus righties. And then I couldn't talk you off the PPDs, man. Maybe I can get a small little PPD for small little PPD for Evaldi. Um, Slide in there. I might try to backdoor him. All right, with a small little PPD for uh, Evaldi. And 4Ks at a minus 145. That's a little value on that right there. But like I said, because if you don't want to take the 1.5, you can get you can knock a little bit of that change off of that with a small little PPD at 4Ks and a win. All right, but it's gonna be Texas Rangers and nothing for me. Okay. Oh, last but not least, them Dodgers. All right, so we got over under 7.5 in this spot, and Kershaw, man, one of the best to ever do it. All right. So his strikeout prop came out at 6.5. I like the over there. All right. That's one thing I do like. I like the over there. He should see his fair shake of lefties in this spot. So I like the over there. All right. And then if I want to back this game, if I'm undecided right now, but 6 strikeouts in the win at plus 100, I'm still undecided if I'm going to back the Dodgers in this spot. I do like the lefties here. I do like the lefties, and who do I write down? Freeman, Muncy, and Outman. All three of those guys. I do have some love for those guys going up against Cobb. And like I said, this San Francisco team, they can't strike out versus lefties. They've done it last year. They've done it this year. So we got a small. We got somewhat of a sample size this year uh, versus left-hand pitching. Only 96 plate interferences was, they leading the way at 38.5%. And then even on the season last year, they were like top five, yeah. So at 24, almost 25% striking out versus lefties. So that's my reasoning there. At the end of the day, now I'm looking at it a little bit more harder now. It's probably going to be Dodgers or nothing for me in this spot, but those are some scenarios that I like to back right here. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Good luck. Let's go Bulls today. Let's go Bulls. Y'all see me sporting my Bulls joint. Let's go Bulls, man.